Imagine a young Bill Gates standing at the threshold of what would become one of the most influential companies in the world. As Microsoft was just beginning to take form, it's easy to think that luck or external circumstances played a major role in his success, but what if there's more to the story? What if the true secret to Gates' success lies not in mere chance, but in the way he saw the world, and his unwavering dedication to principles few others are willing to embrace? From the outset, Bill Gates didn't just think about success in terms of wealth or personal achievement. He had a vision far beyond the ordinary. While most people were content with small victories, Gates focused on making an impact that would change entire industries, reshape how we interact with technology, and even influence how education and philanthropy are approached. His mindset was that of someone who saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. His success wasn't built in a day, but rather it was nurtured over decades through relentless persistence, foresight, and an understanding that real wealth, the kind that lasts and makes a difference, and it is never about getting rich quick. In fact, one of the most striking aspects of Gates's journey is the way he approached challenges. Unlike many others who operate with a sense of urgency for immediate results, Gates always kept his eyes fixed on the long-term horizon. When Microsoft first started, the world of personal computing was far from certain. Yet, Gates had the vision to see beyond the current limitations and look into a future where personal computers would become a ubiquitous part of everyday life. It wasn't about the next year's profits, but about creating a lasting legacy that would define the future. This is where most people go wrong. In today's fast-paced world, there's an overwhelming obsession with instant gratification. Many chase the immediate rewards, seeking shortcuts that promise fast results, but they miss out on the long-term gains that come from sustained effort and strategic thinking. Bill Gates never rushed the process. He played the long game, knowing that real progress requires time, patience, and an unwavering commitment to a vision that transcends the moment. What most people don't realize is that this ability to think beyond the immediate is what separates those who attain extraordinary wealth from those who remain stuck in the cycle of short-term thinking and perpetual struggle. In the beginning, when Gates started Microsoft, he wasn't concerned with being a billionaire. He was concerned with solving a problem he believed needed to be solved, even when others dismissed it as impossible. He wasn't chasing money. He was chasing impact. But this mindset didn't just come from nowhere. Gates grew up in an environment that valued education, curiosity, and intellectual rigor. His parents pushed him to think critically, to question the status quo, and to imagine a different way of doing things. This foundational mindset set him on a path where he learned to trust his instincts and his vision, even when others couldn't see it. This is one of the first fundamental shifts that anyone looking to build wealth and make a lasting impact needs to adopt. Stop focusing on the immediate return and start thinking long-term. True success doesn't come from rushing into opportunities for short-term gains. It comes from dedicating yourself to a vision that can take years, sometimes decades, to fully materialize. The second you let go of the desire for quick fixes is the moment you'll begin aligning yourself with the kind of success that Bill Gates has experienced. And this leads to a powerful realization. The only way to achieve extraordinary wealth and success is to learn to embrace the long road. Whether it's in business, investments, or personal development, the path to true success is paved with patience, discipline, and a consistent focus on growth over time. Gates mastered this approach, and it's why decades later, he's not just a billionaire, he's a global icon whose influence extends far beyond the tech world. Understanding this core principle, the importance of long-term thinking, is the first step in unlocking the mindset that will propel you towards the kind of success Bill Gates embodies. So the next time you face an opportunity or a challenge, remember that it's not about how fast you can achieve it, but about how sustainable and impactful your vision can truly be. Because in the end, the journey is what shapes your success, and Gates has proven that when you're willing to think bigger and plan longer, your potential for success becomes limitless. The second critical mistake people often make in their pursuit of wealth is the reluctance to take calculated risks. Bill Gates is known for his ability to make bold decisions, even when the path ahead seemed uncertain. But what truly set him apart wasn't just his willingness to take risks. It was his ability to evaluate those risks with precision and insight, and then take action in a way that minimized potential downsides while maximizing the upside. Gates's success didn't come from avoiding risks or playing it safe. In fact, many of his most defining moments came from decisions that others would have deemed reckless or too risky. Take, for example, the moment when he dropped out of Harvard to focus on Microsoft. To most people, leaving behind the prestigious institution and a guaranteed future in academia seemed like a foolish decision. Yet Gates saw something others didn't: the opportunity to pursue a vision that could change the world. This wasn't an impulsive decision, but rather one born from deep analysis and a keen understanding of the potential impact. Gates didn't take the risk lightly, but he understood that in order to make significant strides, you must step outside of the conventional path. It's easy to see why most people hesitate in moments of opportunity: fear of failure, fear of losing what you already have, fear of the unknown. But Gates teaches us that it's precisely these moments that define success. If you never take that leap, you'll never see how far you could soar. Gates didn't just stop at making bold decisions for himself. He also understood the importance of empowering others around him to take risks too. Microsoft's rise was not just the result of Gates's vision, but also the efforts of a dedicated team willing to trust in his direction and take the necessary steps to innovate and push boundaries. Building a culture of risk-taking is essential for anyone seeking to create extraordinary wealth. But it's important to note that not all risks are created equal. The key is knowing which risks to take, when to take them, and how to mitigate potential downsides. Gates didn't just leap blindly into the unknown. He meticulously calculated each move, ensuring that the risks he took were informed and purposeful. This leads to the second critical mistake that many people make: the failure to calculate and embrace risk. Most people avoid taking risks altogether, or make decisions based purely on fear, uncertainty, or a desire to play it safe. They seek security, but in doing so, they miss the opportunities that come with stepping into the unknown. The truth is, without risk, there is no reward. But risk doesn't mean being reckless. It means being courageous enough to make bold decisions, even when there's no guarantee of success, while being smart enough to manage the consequences of failure. Gates exemplifies this perfectly. Microsoft could have failed, but instead, it became the cornerstone of the personal computing revolution. His risk-taking wasn't blind, but calculated. He understood the importance of adaptability, that if things didn't go as planned, he would learn, pivot, and continue moving forward. Failure, to him, wasn't something to be feared, but something to learn from. This mindset is crucial for anyone who wants to achieve extreme wealth and success. One of the most revealing aspects of Gates's approach to risk is how he dealt with setbacks. Early on, Microsoft faced several challenges that could have derailed the company. In fact, there were moments when it seemed like Microsoft might not survive. But instead of retreating in the face of adversity, Gates embraced those challenges as learning opportunities. He used every failure to refine his approach, to better understand his customers' needs, and to improve his products. He didn't just endure failure. He leveraged it to become stronger. In life, there's always a tendency to avoid discomfort, to stay within the confines of what is known and safe. But true wealth and success come when you push beyond those limits and embrace the discomfort of the unknown. Gates wasn't afraid to walk that uncertain path because he knew that's where the greatest rewards lay. The discomfort of risk-taking is what separates those who accumulate wealth from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. So, how can you apply this lesson in your own life? Start by understanding that risk is inevitable. Every choice you make, whether small or large, involves some form of risk. But instead of fearing it, learn to embrace it. Think critically about the risks that align with your goals, and take steps to minimize unnecessary dangers while maximizing the potential for growth. When you begin to see risks as opportunities, you'll start making decisions that propel you toward success, just as Bill Gates did. As we've uncovered today, the path to extreme wealth and success is not paved with shortcuts or instant rewards. It's built on principles that the vast majority of people don't recognize. principles that can only be understood by looking at the journeys of those who've achieved monumental success, like Bill Gates. His philosophy of long-term thinking, embracing calculated risks, and relentlessly pursuing a greater vision provides a roadmap that anyone can follow. But here's the key takeaway. Success is a mindset. It's about focusing on what matters most, making bold decisions even when the world doubts you and playing the long game, even when the rewards seem far out of reach. Bill Gates didn't become a billionaire by following the crowd or playing it safe. He took risks, thought years ahead, and understood that the real value doesn't come from accumulating wealth quickly, but from creating a legacy that lasts. So ask yourself, are you willing to adopt this mindset? Are you ready to challenge the conventional way of thinking, take those calculated risks, and think bigger than ever before? If you are, then you're already on the right path. If you found this video insightful and inspiring, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to stay updated on future videos, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. What's the one lesson from Bill Gates' success that you're going to start applying in your own life? We'd love to hear your insights. Remember, this journey toward success starts with small, consistent actions, and today is the perfect day to take your first step. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.